Hi everyone and welcome back for a new video. So what I want to do today is to show you how you can super easily have one motor repo and multiple websites hosted on Netlify, everything managed using Yarn Workspaces and with really simple steps. So here I set up a monorepo Netlify example. I have a website folder which basically contains our Docusaurus website, which I just ran the installation script just before starting recording this script. So now what we're gonna do, here I'm gonna just guide you through the steps. I'm gonna deploy this website, then I'm gonna add packages folder in which I'm gonna have more packages, so you can have a demo for your library applications, and how to deploy the second website as well. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do, we need to go on Netlify and we need to specify a project to import. In this case, it's gonna be this monorepo Netlify example. We want to create inside the folder where our website is, so inside the website folder inside Docusaurus, we want to put a new file and call it netlify.toml. And inside this file, we're going to have some sections. The first section is going to be the build section, in which essentially we're going to specify which command to run, which is going to be yarn build in this case. And then publish, we're going to specify what has to happen. So the build command. Back inside this package.json, as you can see, I have a build website and it's gonna have Yarn Workspace website build. So what is gonna happen is that Yarn is gonna go inside my website, look for a package called website, and it's gonna run the build script, which is just Docusaurus build. And this file here is essentially going to inform Netlify of what has to happen. And now we can do import from Git, and then we're gonna go on GitHub. So we select the monorepo we want to use, and then we're gonna say which branch we want to use to deploy. In this case, I'm just gonna use the main branch because it's where I am. And now here we need to insert the base directory. The base directory is essentially where to set those where Netlify is gonna find the settings for doing a build. So the base directory is gonna be website. And what's the build command? Well, the build command is essentially the yarn workspace website build. And then the publish directory is website build because it's where Docusaurus is actually going to deploy such website. Now we click the deploy site and we let Netlify to do its magic, which is essentially going to build our website. Okay, so the deployment has finished. As you can see, Netlify is already giving us a preview of our website, which we can access here. And there you go, my website. Now let's go ahead and let's have a look at how we can actually keep doing sounding a little bit even cooler, because now since we're using a monorepo, we can actually have a second folder for our packages. So let's make a dir called packages. So we have our packages folder, so we're gonna add in our workspace directory packages, and inside packages, let's go inside packages. Inside here, what we're gonna do, we are going to create npx create React app, my library, another netlify.toml file, which can be exactly the same as this one. We can do, given that this one is a library, I'm gonna make an example which is a little bit more complex. So I give you a couple of extra options that you can use for the build environment, for example. And then we're gonna deploy it, and that's it. Okay, so our package has been created, as you can see. So what we can do, we can go ahead and create a new file. And inside this file, we're gonna specify what we want. I'm gonna just copy paste what I did before. And then I'm gonna add a new section, build.environment. And in here, I can specify, for example, I wanna use Yarn, or I wanna use the latest Yarn version. And I can specify one node to be 16. This is my environment. So I'm gonna add. So we haven't finished yet. Now we need to do another thing, which is to go inside our package JSON and then specify that what we want to do. We want to build the library that we just created. So now we added a new library inside the package folder. And inside this package folder, I've added this Netlify file, which contains a yarn build, and some environment examples that I can use. So now what I have to make sure is that this build command can actually be seen from the outside. So the exact same thing I've done in here, I'm gonna add for my library. Okay, so we need to make sure that this my library is matching the name in the package JSON is gonna be matched in here. Otherwise, Yarn won't be able to actually find anything. So when we go the command build my library, so we can do yarn build my library. It should run correctly, so it looks like it does, so we don't need to do anything. So we can do git add dot git commit added Netlify to library. Oh, I was inside the wrong folder. So I'm gonna run a git push. Now we go back Brave, and as you can see here, we still have the same. There are no content changes because in fact we did not change Docusaurus. Configured everything. We're gonna add a new site, and we're gonna import from an existing project exactly like before. Select our repo. Main branch gonna be different. So it's gonna be packages/my library, and the build command instead is gonna be the Yarn Workspace my library build. So now is deploying. Now in here you can actually find all of the repo with what I've shown you. So you can go here, have a look, clone this repo, start this repo, do whatever you want, and essentially get the same. Let's have a look. This one is currently building. And here, as you can see, it's actually using the configuration I gave. So it's actually using Yarn with the specific version I gave, using Node in the specific version I've provided. So you can actually, this is a very flexible tool, and it's gonna build my React app. It's just the basic example of create React app essentially. Build is complete, and soon enough we should be live. And there you go, we have our React app, and we also have our Docusaurus website. So you can have your library, you can have your documentation, you can have your demos, etc. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please leave us a thumb up. If you have a comment, please leave a question below. It's always nice to hear from you. Take care. Bye bye.